A heavy, rain-soaked afternoon in the suburbs. On the side of the road, next to a muddy puddle, a torn cardboard box. A fragile life was desperately begging to survive. A golden retriever, her fur completely drenched, pressed her front paws against the window of a luxury black car. Her barks were lost in the thunder, broken and tragic, as if she were pleading with the person inside. But the dark-tinted window remained coldly shut. The mother dog begged in utter helplessness. Then the car sped off, abandoning the dog and the mysterious box. She didn't give up. She lunged forward, chasing after it. She ran, running for her life, her hoarse barks tearing through the sheet of rain. Inside the car sat a woman in expensive clothes. She glanced in the rearview mirror, sneering at the dog's desperate effort. Her foot pressed the gas pedal. The car zoomed away. The mother dog tried her best, but her owner never looked back. The car faded into the distance, then disappeared entirely into the white, blinding rain. She stopped dead in her tracks, alone, terrified. It felt as if her entire world had just collapsed beneath her paws. But she had something more important to protect. The lidless cardboard box was now soaked. Inside, two tiny, fragile lives, barely born, eyes not even open to the world yet, were shivering violently, letting out weak whimpers. The mother dog had to go back. Driven by pure maternal instinct, she hurriedly licked her puppies. But against the pouring rain, it simply wasn't enough. Her eyes darted around in panic, searching for a shelter. She gritted her teeth, gently carrying each tiny pup in her mouth, and rushed toward a tree by the road. But the sparse canopy couldn't block the sky's fury. The babies were still trembling from the bone-chilling cold. She had to find something to keep her babies alive. She dug and scavenged through a nearby trash can. And then she found a torn, ragged sweater. To her, in that moment, it was an absolute treasure. She carefully placed her two puppies inside the old wool. Then, with a trembling snout, she clumsily pulled the edges of the sweater over their tiny bodies. She lay down, curling her own soaking wet body around them, using every last drop of her fading warmth to keep her children warm. The whimpering slowly faded, leaving only the soft breathing of the abandoned. Eventually, the storm began to clear. James, an elderly homeless man, was wandering along the side of the road. His footsteps stopped. Something had caught his eye.
I'm
He
here
hurried
now.
over and dropped to his knees on the damp grass.
Easy
His
now,
rough,
it's
cracked
okay, I'm not
hands
gonna hurt
trembled
you.
slightly as he touched the torn sweater. James instantly realized they had been abandoned. The exhausted mother dog lifted her head. Despite being totally drained, she still managed to stretch out her dry tongue, gently licking James's hand as a greeting. A touch, just a very gentle touch. But in that exact moment, two kindred spirits seemed to find each other. The homeless man's eyes softened. In the pure, sorrowful eyes of the animal, he saw a reflection of his own past. Memories came rushing back, like a knife to the heart. He had once been deceived by his own wife, who took everything and threw him out.
Piss off, you're useless.
She had treated him like he was entirely worthless. Reality pulled him back. He gathered the sweater, holding the two tiny lives into his arms.
Trust me and come along.
His hands stroked the mother dog's matted fur. He hoped they could walk with him, even if it meant an extra burden on his shoulders. A soft bark rang out, as if saying yes to James. Together, they headed toward the town. To a quiet, run-down street corner. They finally arrived home, a torn tarp tent tucked away in a grimy alleyway. The old man carefully placed the two puppies on the dry ground. The mother dog quickly rushed over, affectionately licking each of her babies. James started a fire to warm them up. By the flickering light of the newly lit fire, he used a frayed old handkerchief to gently dry the wet fur of the mother and her pups. Despite his poverty, he made sure to share his food and water with the mother dog, welcoming her like a true friend. The two puppies were safely nursed by their mother. Together, they warmed themselves and relaxed in the peaceful night air. It was late, and they all slept inside the tent. Torn as it was, it felt incredibly warm. They slept deeply. No more storms, no more loneliness. James was no longer alone, so he needed a job, but it was far from easy.
Get out!
A harsh yell echoed, followed by the cruel slam of a diner owner's door.
Another rejection.
Being homeless and old, finding a job felt completely impossible for James. But life always has unexpected turns. Across the street, Sarah, a woman, busy talking on her phone. She had no idea a dark figure in a hoodie was trailing right behind her. Seizing the moment she was distracted, the thief snatched her purse.
Stop!
Sarah panicked.
Help! Somebody help me! He took my bag!
Screaming for help while trying to chase after him.
Stop him! Someone help me! Stop
Hearing
him!
her cries without a second thought, old man James jumped out to block the thief's path, even though he was still holding the two puppies in his arms. A struggle broke out, but his 60-year-old body couldn't withstand a hard shove. James was knocked to the ground. Yet, he managed to grab the purse back, his arms still wrapping tightly around the two fragile lives to keep them safe. Knowing he couldn't stick around, the thief made a run for it. But he was wrong. The mother dog bolted after him, determined not to let him get away.
Damn!
Once she closed the distance, she used her sturdy body to launch herself squarely at the thief's back. He stumbled, twisted his ankle, and crashed face first onto the asphalt, lying there completely helpless. Sarah rushed over in a panic.
Thank you!
The thief was quickly apprehended by the police.
All right, you're coming with us. Get up!
This is yours.
James returned the purse to the woman.
Thank you! Thank
Sarah
you
took
so
it,
much!
her eyes red and teary. She looked at the weathered old man, at the mother dog protectively guarding his feet, and the two well-behaved puppies resting safely in his thin arms. Her heart broke for them, and she wanted to help.
I want to repay you.
James only wanted the one thing he needed most.
I just want a job so I can take care of them.
I actually need some help around the house, but you can come with me.
giving them a stable place to live and making it easier for them to look after one another.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
James was now wearing clean clothes, happier than ever to have a job and a fresh start. Mike, Sarah's husband, had just returned from a business trip. After hearing Sarah's story, Mike was incredibly grateful.
I truly can't thank you enough.
He knew that if he had seen them, he would have helped James too.
Welcome, please come in.
Old man James's little family was different now. Mike and Sarah set James and the dogs up in a cozy little room right on their property. It was fully furnished, showing just how genuinely kind they were. The two puppies were growing strong, clumsily trotting around a bowl full of milk. The mother dog lay stretching peacefully on the grass, only to get excited, wagging her tail frantically when Sarah came over to play with her. James and Mike would often sit together, chatting about life. James talked to Mike almost like a father would to a son. There are lives that the world once rejected, tossed away into the darkest corners. But when heavily scarred hearts accidentally bump into each other, they can spark a fire of their own, to bring warmth and to save each other's lives. Love and cherish everyone around you, especially the furry friends who always stand by your side.